Welcome to NMS. Let's talk shoulders. Now, a lot of people want to know how to train their shoulders, but they don't understand the actual function of the shoulders, and that's probably what the problem is. Okay. Now, obviously the shoulder has three heads to it. You've got your front head, you've got your side head, you've got your rear head. So you've got the front head, which you can see there. You've got your side head, which you can see, and then you've got your rear head, which you can see there. Okay. Quite simple. Okay. There's three different directions that you need to move that shoulder. You've got the frontal plane, that's called shoulder flexion. Okay. Now, when you do a pressing movement, as you can see with a military press or any sort of press, that's going to hit the front head. But if you use dumbbells and you do that sort of movement, you're also going to get some lateral movement as well. So it hits the front and the side head. Okay. To hit the side head more effectively, okay, what I like to do is I actually, from side on, if you see that, okay, the muscle joins from there and it joins up into there. Okay. So when I do it, I like to push my hips back a little bit, lean forward. Okay. Squeeze my shoulder blades together. Okay. Always retract your scapula. Everything that you do for upper body, shoulder stabilization. Now raise to the sides like that. Okay. And you see when I'm doing that, my hands are slightly out in front, but my elbow is in line with the side of my body. That way I'm working in a direct line. And the reason I lean forward is to create that direct line rather than back, because now it's actually going more backwards. So leaning forward actually helps with that. When I do rear delts, okay, my traps tend to get in the way. So what I do is I actually pull the elbow down and back like that. I get the rear delts to activate. Now in a dumbbell perspective, okay, I bring the dumbbells back like that. Okay, now you can see I'm working the rear delts, but I'm not involving too much traps, because if I bring it forward, the traps start getting involved, and that's going to rob your rear delts from getting the contraction that they need. Okay, same as when you do that. Okay, I only go to shoulder height, because the extra movement, that is now actually traps. Okay, now shoulder presses. I like military presses. I like to have my elbow in like that. And if you notice, I squeeze the scapula down, right? That gives shoulder stability. Okay? And then when I press my elbow up and out. Okay? From the side, you can see it like that. And from the front, you can see my elbows are tucked in. Chest up. Bar comes down, touches the chest, and up. I know a lot of people like doing dumbbell presses, but I don't like the extra stress on the AC joint. Okay, when you have it out like that. So I like to have it in like that. It feels a lot more stable. And if you look at the range of movement, that's your front raise. This is your shoulder press. You can see that all I'm doing is pressing, but in the same sort of movement pattern as I am a lateral raise. Okay, and that's important to hit the shoulders. Now another exercise people do is upright rows. Okay, when you do the upright rows, go a little bit wider, and this is all your movement is. Okay, so it's like when you do a pressing movement, okay, you're using your triceps, this is allowing the biceps to work, okay, along with the shoulder joint. If you go narrower, it's more traps because you're actually getting more shoulder elevation. So, and that's one last point I want to make. Shoulder elevation robs your shoulders of actually working. So when you do this movement, the initial part is only the elbow moving. Then there's a little bit of a shoulder elevation, okay? But we only go to there because anything beyond that becomes all traps and no more shoulders, okay? The shoulders go to there, and that's pretty much it. So give that a go, guys, and let me know how that goes with your next shoulder workout. Thanks for listening.